Good morning. This is Land on the Go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day. A Western South Dakota candidate is facing serious charges just days after running for a seat in the South Dakota House. 37-year-old Bud May was booked into the Pennington County Jail just after 4 o'clock on Sunday morning. He is scheduled to make his first court appearance this morning. May is charged with second-degree rape, which involves threats or force. He was one of 4 candidates in District 27. He received more than 2,000 votes, but did not win the race. A jury trial is set to start Wednesday for a former Avera doctor in southwest Minnesota accused of criminal sexual conduct. Dr. Mark Eakes allegedly sexually abused victims by calling the incidents pelvic and breast exams, according to court papers. He faces multiple charges involving several victims. Eakes worked at an Avera clinic in Granite Falls, Minnesota from July of 2019 until September of 2021. Digital reporter Ray Yost has more details about the 7 criminal charges against Eakes in a KELOLAND.com original on our website right now. 3 people were hurt in 2 separate crashes Monday morning. The Deuel County Sheriff's Office says the first happened around 8:30 on I-29. A pickup pulling a trailer was southbound when it lost control on icy road conditions, then went into the ditch and rolled. Both the driver and the passenger were hurt and taken to the Brookings Hospital. Then around an hour later, a pickup pulling a horse trailer was westbound when a silver car rear-ended the trailer. The car spun around and ended up in the ditch. The driver and passenger in the pickup were not hurt. The driver of the car did suffer serious injuries and was taken to the Hendricks Hospital before being transported to Sioux Falls. Mitchell police are asking for the public's help in finding 2 burglary suspects. Authorities say it happened just before 4 o'clock Saturday morning in the 1400 block of North Main Street. The 2 forcibly entered a business in the area. One suspect was wearing a black hooded sweatshirt, black pants, and black and white shoes. The other was wearing a blue hooded sweatshirt with a design, camo pants, and black shoes. If you have any information about the incident, you are asked to call Mitchell Area Crime Stoppers. Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. Good morning, Scott.
All right, good morning, everybody. Snow showers, flurries will continue not only for today, but I think over the next couple of days. Cold air is in place. Temperatures will remain well below average. Numbers in the teens, 20s to near 30 degrees for highs today. More details on the KELOLAND Live Doppler forecast with Brian coming up.
South Dakota will have a familiar face back in the Attorney General's office come January. Marty Jackley was the only candidate for the position on the ballot last week. He easily took back the role and will once again serve as the state's top law enforcement officer, a position he held for 10 years. He wants to make sure to work and build strong relationships with law enforcement.
And it's the importance of making sure we're working with our mayors, our chiefs, our sheriffs to get the resources where we need them. I think also it highlights the importance of technology. And certainly the state's forensic lab is at the DCI. We use technology, whether it be DNA, fingerprint, blood spatter, to help us do a better job solving crime.
Jackley says the transition has been smooth so far, and interim Attorney General Mark Vargo has been easy to work with. It was announced yesterday that Jackley has chosen Dan Satterley as the new director of South Dakota's DCI. You can read that story from Bob Mercer right here on our website. Meanwhile, an advisory on the CDC's website this morning says that healthcare workers should have increasing cases of respiratory viruses on their radar. Kristen Gruss knows what it's like to have a loved one experience RSV. Her daughter had it at the age of 8 months at the end of last year.
First of all is to know what RSV is and to kind of understand what the symptoms are. And my second thing that I would highly recommend is to just trust your healthcare providers.
Her daughter Regan is now healthy. November is Native American Heritage Month, and while the month is dedicated to spreading awareness about the culture, South Dakota Urban Indian Health dedicates time all year long to do just that. The organization hosts different community events for people to get involved in. You can hear from the CEO of Urban Indian Health about the importance of this month and get more information on events with this story on KELOLAND.com. Professional boxing is coming to Sioux Falls next month. The first ever Sioux Falls Boxing Classic will take place at the district on December 1st. It's being put on by 15th Round Promotions, South Dakota Athletic Commission, and Sioux Falls Sports Authority. Tables and suites for the event are sold out, and no individual tickets will be available at the door. A part of the event's proceeds will go to Volunteers of America, Dakotas, and mentoring services of Sioux Falls.
And South Dakota license plates will get a new look next year. Starting January 1st, the state will be issuing a new plate design for non-commercial and emblem plates.
Here's a look at the examples. Vehicle owners will get the new plates with the titling of a vehicle and registration renewals.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at our weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning. Well, kind of a busy pattern across the upper Midwest and northern plains. We're looking at some of these pockets of snow out there, Minnesota into Iowa, Wisconsin. You look into South Dakota, too. We've had numerous areas of light snow or flurries. More concentrations also in the Black Hills, even though that doesn't all show up there. But it is certainly snowing. Sturgis and Rapid City getting these snow areas, so be alert to your roads as they are snow-packed and slippery, even though it is kind of a nuisance type as far as the total amounts here. Now, we do have winter weather advisories in the northern Black Hills, so certainly watching the accumulations highest there around Terry Peak, and I would say anybody in that vicinity. Temperatures will be in the 20s for the vast majority. Watch your snow tonight in Minnesota. Some of that will back up into parts of South Dakota overnight tonight. And we are expecting this forecast to be pretty chilly tomorrow morning. Single digits, maybe even a couple of 0-degree readings around Mobridge. And then we're kind of in between systems tomorrow. We're going to gear up for an Arctic front arriving Thursday. That'll kick up the wind, might even add some light snow and falling temperatures. And it's all part of the jet stream flow. Look at that, straight out of the heart of Canada. And you bet these temperatures, when we're down to, what, Friday, probably Friday morning, maybe a -10 for a wind chill in Sioux Falls. Not enough for an advisory, but, you know, for this time of year, that's pretty cold. And not necessarily a lot of snow, but elements of winter nevertheless. There's a sample of wind chills on Thursday afternoon, and they're clearly colder in northwest South Dakota. So just kind of remember that as you plan accordingly. And there's your wind on Thursday, too. And yeah, 40-mile-an-hour winds with that cold. That doesn't sound too warm to me. 28 degrees in Yankton today, 22 in Pierre. Let's jump into your 7 days. All in all, with that chance of snow coming back Thursday, we'll kind of ratchet that down, though, in a dry weekend. Just cold. Low 20s for highs, overnight lows at times in the single digits. Aberdeen, Northeast Ketherland, we're looking at teens. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's it. We're probably going to even see lows close to, if not even a little bit below zero. And for Pierre in central South Dakota, teens as well, Thursday and Friday into Saturday. So it's going to take a while. We're still hopeful that by the time we get close to Thanksgiving, things will start to moderate and we'll start to talk about some 40s. Even Rapid City at 40 degrees on Monday. Check out more coverage with the weather online at KetherLand.com.